Got it. And done. Let me try the done button, right? All righty, y'all. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hasan Ghaziel Bey here in Morocco at Northwest of Maxim. How are you? I'd like to welcome you all to our AstroCivics Sunday. This is AstroCivics Sunday 40 for our Holy Koran Devotional Countdown. We are going in on chapter 34, Sincerity. All righty, which is Scorpio, if I'm not mistaken, right? We go and check, I'll bring up chapter 23 real quick and we'll go over just briefly where the different zodiacs signs show up within the Holy Quran within chapter 23, to be specific, right? So with that being said, guys, I'm here with my magnificent and beloved brother in whom I am well pleased, and he is...
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Yo, peace and love, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Soy Hermano, Shana Link L, you already know that all is well, and bro, could you assist me with that, bro, what was that appellation with some white folks term a nickname, bro? What was that joint?
Braveheart, Braveheart. That's always fun, bro. Like, seriously. So, guys, I'd like to welcome you once again. It's AstroCivics Sunday number 40, the Holy Quran Devotional Countdown. I see we inspire a lot of people, you know what I mean, out there, a lot of naysayers. We already know Seven Hill Star is the greatest known unknown, right? Very few people will openly admit that we inspire them because, a lot of people still solving their sums out there, they're not too confident in their look anyway, like not too many, mothers or brothers are really coming their way to, enjoy their energy. However, we're flattered. We're flattered because we do things from like the way our style of video editing, right, to the topics that we choose to speak about. And, a lot of times, when people are solving their sums, and getting over themselves, right, instead of, joining us, and being a part of, moving in the right direction, they'll do their best to mimic what it is that we do, even though, what I realized? We can give somebody the whole instruction on how to do things, and it just doesn't have that certain je ne sais quoi that it has when we do it ourselves, man, right? So, but we want to say thank you to you all that are absolutely directly supportive, and those of you that are indirectly supportive by being able to see what it is that Seven Hill Star does. Like, I and my brother see what we do, right? And then, we it's not like we're not following certain beings, and we kind of nudge each other like, bro, look at this. They weren't posting videos like that. But it's all good, man. It's no hate on our end. We know to operate as far as, how we conduct ourselves, right? Non-statutorily speaking, when I say operate. We are clear on how to conduct ourselves, making sure we're not misusing our will. And we know a lot of people do not even have that degree in knowing not to misuse their will and using the oneness power by firstly and foremostly always using positivity as a means to fuel and propel, being able to utilize the oneness power wholeheartedly and fully so that we can manifest our will accordingly, right? So with that being said, before we get started, guys, and what we're going to just casually want to share some things here, right? I guess what I can do, I can just hit the screen share, right? And just start there and go to, on my iPad, Seven Hill Star very quickly, right? And just to show you guys, make sure you sign up for our email list. Welcome to Seven Hill Star. Subscribe now and receive free weekly gifts and study materials directly to your inbox as always, right? Let's just go right over here. Where is it? Let's see. Is it there? Moor. There we go. Guys, remember, come and be a part of the universally professional astrology community for our workshops, right? Come and be a member, right? You will not be disappointed. The LMO's tuition, of course, for this AstroLiteracy workshop called Quick Thinking, Moon and Mercury, hosted by I and Brother Hasan. All right, we're giving the lecture there. Brother Hasan is giving the Mental Magician 1.0 reports for all the new members. And people are making history. We actually can say like, this Moor was the first member, right? Like we're making history here. So I'm making sure I'm documenting a lot of things, right?
Yeah, make sure
so I'm so proud of Seven Hill Star. What'd you say?
Be the Ray J or Soldier Boy, of the Tupac community.
Yeah.
You can't get it first now. You get it missed out, but
Yeah, you're hilarious. Yes. TUPAC, the Universally Professional Astrology Community. Again, presents Quick Thinking, Moon and Mercury for the 12th and 13th August 2023. That's Saturday and Sunday from noon to 1600 or 12 p.m. Eastern to 4 p.m. Eastern. All right. So you guys can make sure you go and do that, right? And be a part of that. Because, if you go to our website and you see where it says more, you click TUPAC and it brings you here. If you actually click the flyer that's there right in front of you, it'll further take you to a page where you can check out if you like. And there are files that come with that. And those of you that came directly through to us, we'll make sure you get the Quick Thinking Moon and Mercury astrology chart. And you may already have an Astro Study poster, but we'll make sure you have that Quick Thinking Moon and Mercury astrology chart because there's a chart for it. Right? Because not only there was a day that we were, doing this, and I was like, okay, this is when it happened. So we made a chart for that day that happened. And when we planned for it for the 12th and 13th August 2023, there's a chart for that also. And this is where you can check out. All right. So, when you give your LMOs and tuition, 250 units in lieu of lawful money via CashApp. However, for those of you that want to do, because I do think we have a means for you to transact directly there also. But, it's up to you guys if you want to utilize the card on the website or just holler at us for Cash App or anything like that or any other means. You may be like, oh, I got a PayPal. You guys got a PayPal. I think there's someone within the Seven Hill Star, astrology firm that could facilitate that for those of you that want to do that, right? We're very picky with the Zelle. Right. Maybe, or is the other way around? We're kind of picky with the PayPal and a little more open with the Zelle. I don't know how it really goes, but those are the Seven Hill Star brothers and the beloved mother that's there, Copper Crystal Canvases. And guys, I'm telling you, man, the mother showed me some pieces. When I tell you, look, Copper Crystal Canvases is just getting started. You guys are good. A lot of people, you guys are going to be wearing Copper Crystal Canvases. Like, I'm serious. You guys are definitely going to be donning that as much as you can. And by the way, right, Copper Crystal Canvases, guys, make sure you go there. See the things that's there right now. All right. If you like to get your hands on them, will not be disappointed. We know there's a few people that have some of these pieces that you're seeing already. And like I said, some things are sold out already, guys. So you're being very supportive, I can see, when it comes to Copper Crystal Canvases, and we are thankful for that, right? And we look forward to, to more mothers, if not being a part of Seven Hill Star directly, but being part of our Astrological Society, TUPAC, the Universally Professional Astrology Community, because we know that once you guys really see what it is that you can do astrologically, you'll be like, whoa, we're like, yeah, you can do that, right? So make sure you go and check that out also on sevenhillstar.com. All right, so without further ado, what I'm going to do here, let me stop the screen share there, right? And now I'm going to exit out of a few of these things too on my computer. I was going to log in too on my computer, bro. However, before it gets to that, this is what I shall do. We're just going to get started. I think Brother Sean is going to lead us in on our invocation, guys. So let me go back to screen sharing, right? And as a matter of fact, hold on, before we get the screen sharing, hold on, before I do that, right, guys, let's go and check to see if there's anybody, that's live with us yet.
Screen
Right.
sharing. Hey, no, man, move. Don't even come through here. Move. You see me with all this stuff.
The puppies. Right. Okay. So let's see who we got here with us that has joined so far. We see Jen B is in the chat saying greetings, brothers Sean and Hasan. Indeed, Jen B. Greetings to you also. Slim Herbin says Islam nobles, greetings, Islam. Slim to you also. And Brother Dirk Blash Bay says peaceful greetings, everyone. Islam and peaceful greetings to you all right. So with that being said, guys, let me go and hit the screen share here, right?
Peace of love to everybody.
Start the broadcast. What'd you say, broski doski?
I was saying peace of love, everybody on the TikTok stream.
All right, indeed, yes, we can't forget, because Brother Sean is lately what he's been doing is been going live while we're live here simultaneously on YouTube. He's been going live on TikTok. So shout out to you all that are there at Leo Mercury Moor 711. So those of you want to get connected with TikTok, Brother Sean's TikTok, that is. It is Leo Mercury Moor, MOOR 711, the number 7, 1, and 1, right? So with that being said, Mother Sahar says peaceful greetings to everyone. Hey, Mother Sahar, peaceful greetings to you also. All righty. What'd you say, bro?
I was saying peace as well to Mother Sahar. Peace.
Indeed. So we're here in Moorish Holy Temple of Science Administrative Functions on pages 48 and 49. And we see handsomely standing Ugard is Prophet Noble Drali and his Moorish Sharif Fed and Abba. And Brother Sean Alim El will be leading us in to our invocation in terms of the Moorish American prayer. Everyone that is participating, extend all 5 appendages on your left hand, just the index and middle on the right. We're going to face directional east, which is symbolic metaphysically to going within. All righty, because east metaphysically is within. And you can repeat after Brother Sean either aloud or in ye heart. And again, 5 on the left, 2 on the right, standing on the 45 with your feet. And we yield to Brother Sean. Islam.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
Father of love.
Father of love.
Truth.
Peace.
Freedom. And justice. Allah is my protector.
Allah is my protector.
My guide. And my salvation. By night. And by day. Through his holy prophet. Noble Drew Ali.
Amen. Indeed, guys. Let's get to the 2 letters to be read. 2 letters to be proclaimed. Well, 1 letter to be proclaimed and 1 to be read, right? In each meeting. All right. At least that's what it signifies by the titles. So we're going, and we're still here in Moorish Holy Temple of Science Administrative Functions, pages 84 and 85. And the following is a letter written by Prophet Noble Drew Ali on the 18th day of January, 1928, Anno Domini. He commanded that it be read before every meeting. Administrative Functions, right? The book that we're in. Moorish Science Temple of America, Home Office, 3603 Indiana Avenue. Noble Drew Ali, founder, Chicago, Illinois, January 18th, 1929. To be proclaimed in every meeting. Dear brother Islam, I am glad to know that I have few faithful Moors among you all, and I desire for them to know the truth and the divine truth. There's a host of jealousy, quote unquote, about me and a movement now by the same people of our side of the nation that claim it was only a joke and not real. But now, since they have found out from the government officials and the nations of the earth that this is the only sole foundation for all Asiatics, a foundation that all Asiatics must depend upon for their earthly salvation as an American citizen. They are working every scheme that they can to disqualify me so they themselves may take charge of the situation. I have notified all these things to you long ago in the past. It is through the faithful Moors that contribute to the movement and uplifting funds. The ones that paid their divine respect to me and the movement will be remembered. That is why I'm calling upon all faithful Moors to increase their faithfulness to me, your prophet, and your divine Moorish movement. I need finance and I need it bad. Never before have I needed finance as badly as I do at present, that I may shove aside the discord that is facing the nation, right? Nations come from mothers, right? So it's facing the mothers. It all comes through jealousy because of my, quote, fame and nobility, end quote, period. The nations of the world will not recognize the movement without me, the prophet, being the head. It has been proven by my work in which I have performed in the last few months, because I was at the governor's inauguration to represent the Moorish Divine and National Movement, and I will be at the inauguration of President Hoover for the same cause, noble Drew Ali. Going to the second letter to be read in every meeting. It's here in the Moorish literature, excerpts from the Moorish Guide newspaper, and they're on page 12, handsomely standing due guard again in his Moorish Sharif Fez and Abad's Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And on page 13 is divine warning by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Prophet warns all Muslim governors to read proclamation at each meeting. All right. We yield to our beloved brother in whom we are well pleased, Brother Hasan Ghaziel Bey, Islam.
Islam. Right.
Islam.
Divine warning by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Prophet warns all Muslim governors ordered to read proclamation each meeting. I hereby inform all members that they must end all radical agitating speeches while at work, in their homes, or on the streets. We are for peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your cards at Europeans. It causes confusion. Remember, your card is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be of severe consequence. We are love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And when these principles are violated, justice must then take its course. Any member or group of members who hold malicious feelings towards the temple or the prophet, or violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement, will receive the reward from Allah for their unjust deeds. All true Moors will and must obey the law as laid down to them by their prophet. If they lose confidence in their prophet, they should turn in their card and button, cease wearing their turban and fez, and return to the state where I, the prophet, found you. This is a holy and divine movement founded by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. The prophet, therefore, is sending out the divine plea to all Moorish Americans that they do their part in protecting their temple, and their prophet and the temple. This is an everlasting movement founded by the prophet through the will of Allah to redeem his people from their sinful ways by order of Prophet Noble Drew Ali.
Indeed, indeed. All right, let's back on up out of here and click on the Holy Quran Moorish Science Temple. Really the Moorish Holy Temple of Science, also Moorish Science Temple of America. Let's be clear on that, right? And we're here at chapter 34, Sincerity. All right, and as usual, guys, as we've been doing for this Holy Quran devotional, Brother Sean will read the minutes or verses, as you call them, right? Because we also say degree 34 with 14 minutes in it totally, or chapter 34 with 14 verses. So chapter 34, Holy Instructions from the Prophet, Sincerity. And I yield the floor to Brother Sean Ali Mel, Islam.
Islam. All right, here we go. 1. O thou who are enamored with the beauty of truth, and has fixed thy heart on the simplicity of her charms, hold fast thy fidelity unto her, and forsake her not. The constancy of thy virtue shall crown thee with honor.
Man, that is a very beautiful opening line there, man. Like, seriously. Like, truth is so beautiful. You know what I mean? That, just fix your heart on the simplicities of how charming truth is, right? Her charms. Fix your heart on it, right? And have your fidelity unto truth, right? And I love how truth is personified being her. It's very beautiful, right? because it's very interesting too. And this is, like I said, it's very Scorpion-like, right? Scorpio is sincerity. And so maybe we'll, once we read this, it's a quick flash. Maybe I can do it right now just to show, right? Since we brought it up, right? Just to show real quick. When you read we'll get to 23 soon enough, right? In a few Sundays, holy instructions for your children, right? Thy is for your children. And, it starts at 8, obedience is Aries, modesty is Taurus, right? Gratitude is Gemini, charity is Cancer, Leo is Temperance, prudence is Virgo, justice is Libra, and sincerity, that's Scorpio, right? Along with Sagittarius being diligence, benevolence, Capricorn, science is Aquarius, and religion, Pisces, right? So we'll go right on back to 34, where Brother Sean can continue, and I yield the floor, Brother Sloan.
It's fine. All right, we're at minute or verse 2. The tongue of the sincere is rooted in heart. Hypocrisy and deceit have no place in his words.
Bear witness. Let's do it. Continue. I yield.
He blusheth at falsehood and is founded. But in speaking the truth, he hath a steady eye.
I guess I can add lib on too. So that means that when anybody speaks a certain way, and whether they're in your face or on the internet, and they're spreading hypocrisy and deceit by violating Act 3, and some people are like, well, we're not in the temple. Act 3 doesn't count out here. It's like, that's how people aren't sincere, because the first temple first and foremost is within you. It is your body. You know what I mean? And the body is the temple. However, within it, you want to keep it pure as best as you can with clean and pure thoughts. So just know when people are out there, trolling on the internet, using their YouTubes and Instagrams to really just show their own self-hate because they haven't solved their own sums yet. What you'll actually notice and recognize and see is that they are insincere, right? And the main thing that they're insincere about is utilizing their will in the proper fashion. Those that are insincere, they are misusing their will, right? And a sincere being is going to blush, when it's falsehood about, right? However, when speaking truth, there's a steady eye. All right. And I yield the floor to you, Brother Islam.
Islam. He supporteth as a man, as a mind, the dignity of his character. To the arts of hypocrisy, he scorneth the two. To stoop. All right, 5.
It's like he ducking he out the way, but go ahead.
Go ahead. 5. He is consistent with himself. He is never embarrassed. He hath courage enough for truth, but to lie, he is afraid.
Bear witness. That's the only ad lib I got for that. I yield.
He is far above the meanness of dissimulation. The words of his mouth are the thoughts of his heart. Yet, with prudence and caution, he openeth his lips. He studieth what is right and speaketh with discretion.
Exert reason and be prudent. I yield.
He adviseth with friendship. He reproveth with freedom. And whatsoever he promised shall be surely be performed.
Islam.
Thank you.
All right. But the heart of the hypocrite is hid in his breast. He maketh his words in the semblance of truth, while the business of his life is only to deceive.
Stay away from us, you hypocrite.
Stay far away.
Yeah, I know, right? Straight up. I yield, bro. Islam.
He laugheth in sorrow. he weepeth in joy. And the words of his mouth have no interpretation.
Look at that. Looky, Astro Cookie. Man, and how many times have you come across that? People that are supposed to be of some type of high position, especially in the Moorish Science Temple of America, and woo to the wee. It just shows that they may be insecure and they speak things that have no interpretation. I yield. Islam.
He worketh in the dark as a mole, and fancieth he is safe, but he blundereth into light, and is betrayed and exposed with dirt on his head.
Islam.
He passeth days in perpetual constraint. His tongue and heart are forever at variance. He laboreth for the character of a righteous man, and huggeth himself in the thoughts of his cunning. Oh, fool.
Go ahead, bro. Yeah.
Oh, fool. The pains which thou takest to hide with thou art are more than would make thee what thou wouldst seem. And the children of wisdom shall mock at thy cunning, when in the midst of security thy disguise is stripped off, and the fear of derision shall point to scorn.
In other words, the covers are being removed by those who are proverbially wolf in sheep's clothing, or lower self. Lower self-minded beings who parade themselves as, having some grand title in organizations, when it's their character that comes forth. The fact that they have to hide their faces and things of that nature, it just goes to show you that they are what's being spoken about within the second half. All right. Well, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 pertaining to chapter 34. And this is why I, just for me, myself, like to meet Prophet Noah Ali in his literature and always check myself to make sure that I keep lower self being a servant to my higher self, instead of allowing my lower self to rule over my higher self and make decisions that really are adverse to my heart. So with that being said, it's beautiful to read a chapter like this and recognize, pardon me, every time I'm looking over, I just see like land conveyances going by. I'm just looking out the window. So, anytime, all right, that I read something like this, especially this chapter, it makes me very grateful and thankful for the decisions that I have been making, that I am making. And I love the fact that my immediate loved ones, my beloved mother, mistress, consort, our sons can be able to experience and read along with this energy and experience this energy, as well as my brothers. All right. So, and I'm also very thankful for those of you that actually come to Seven Hill Star, as far as our YouTube, our website, our YouTube, our Instagrams, TikToks. We all have individual Facebooks, of course. Those that come and join us at lawfulliving.com for the Friends in Law Bible study every Tuesday and Thursday, so that we can go over jurisprudent concepts, right? We call it the jurisprudence gym at Lawful Living. Those that actually, don't believe things that we say, or go and research the things that we say by going to rvbaypublications.com and staying there for about 18 months to get yourselves together. Looking up the micro prosopis video of Brother Tariq Bey to get a breathing technique that you can get under your belt. Maybe binging a lot of those old videos on the new Nigel YouTube page. And it's no disrespect to that, brothers, because I'm way above that and misuse. I do not misuse my will. It's just that since I'm not the one for having my lessons interrupted by advertisements, I normally will download the videos so I can see them uninterrupted. However, even though most people we promote, we will not see them promote us or even, say our appellations, and we've gone above and beyond contributing to their platform and advertising their platforms. I'll still, do right and what's right in my heart and say, yes, those videos from like 7-8 years ago, that's on New Nagiel's YouTube channel. You want to basically see those, that'll be great. Anything on C. Freeman L that you can see, because my first 3 months, like I said, I was on RV Bay Publications and watching C. Freeman L videos before I even saw my very first Brother Taj Street Bay video. All righty. So that's where I was in studying that. So I said all of that to say the only 3 websites you need to concern yourselves with is rvbaypublications.com, 7hillstar.com, and lawfulliving.com. And, since we have ourselves, journeying in our studies there constantly, at times you'll hear us say things like, check out the videos that were recorded on Mother Delilah's camera and posted to New Nagiel's YouTube channel. It's just that I myself usually find a means to download the video so I can view without being interrupted by the advertisements. And check out the videos of C. Freeman L. Also, I can't really remember. I think that's Sirius Media. I think that has that SIRIUS, Sirius Media. I think that has those. I think some of those videos have been a little redacted, or they reposted them and some things are missing. But because I remember different other videos from back in the day. Most of them are still there, except maybe like 1 or 2. So yeah, that's about it for that. Any of you guys have questions, comments, and or suggestions? I see Open 642 has joined us and says greetings. Antonio Bay says Islam, and Open 642 says love C. Freeman L. Yes, indeed, that's my start. All right, so I didn't get to see Brother Taj video until 90 days afterwards. I know I kept seeing Brother Taj's appellation on RV Bay Publications within the first 3 months I'm studying, and then one brother that I was studying with, he kept mentioning Brother Taj, and I'm like, bro, okay, who are you talking about? And so I just finally saw a video, and I was like, this brother does sound like my thinking, because he kept saying, yo, you sound like Taj, bro. And I'm just like, I don't know what you're talking about, but all right, because I just have a way of thinking, especially me coming from, teaching in the Nation of Islam for Muhammad's Temple of Islam, #1, under the Caliph of Islam. And as I known at that time when I was there, the Honorable Emmanuel Abdullah Muhammad, who had the Muhammad Speaks newspaper and not, that other newspaper. Right? They actually had the best bean pie. I'm telling you that the Supreme bean pie from Supreme Oasis is boss. Seriously. And it's sad that there's a distinction, but you can tell those that had the Muhammad Speaks newspaper and the Supreme bean pie, that's the ones that are closer to purity, right? Because when I took my Kalima Shahada there, they had brought out a picture of Prophet Noble Ali, and it took me I had to be snapped back to a memory or whatever when the brother who had first introduced RV Bay Publications to me, Sheldon O'Keitho Archer L, had introduced RV Bay to me, and I was like, oh, okay, Prophet Noble Ali, yeah, man, they brought a picture out of that brother when I took my Shahada, when I was 20. I'm 39 now. So 19 years ago, I was like, okay, yeah, I remember that. When I took my Kalima Shahada, and they was like, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad honors Prophet Noble Ali, and so do we. And so I was like, okay. And that happened and taking my Kalima Shahada when I was 20. Alrighty. So it just seems like I've been on the path the whole time. I used to teach from the rostrum, and I used to teach bare seats. Your brother at the door coming in and out from, holding security, and then be your brother at the corner near coat check. So they was there, they could hear an earshot, but a lot of times it was empty seats that I would still teach my lessons, right? So with that being said, Open 642 says yes, and Jim D says Taj, right? And showing our love for Brother Taj's videos indeed. So guys, this is where we are going do our closing out, do our invocation out. Alrighty. We like to thank you all for joining us. Any questions, comments, and or suggestions before we do our invocation out? Going once. Questions, comments, and or suggestions going twice. I'm guessing what I can do, maybe, let me see if I can do that before I ask if there's questions, comments, and or suggestions a third time, right? Okay, yeah, I will bring this up. That's not a problem. Okay, I'll bring this up. So this is what's happening during, right, the first day pertaining to our workshop that I am Brother Hasan hosting, all right? Let me go and share screen there, start the broadcast. All right. And this is the chart for that particular day, for August 12th, 2023. From the perspective of the Baltimore Corporation, Maryland State Republic, of course, using a tropical Placidus house system. And it's very interesting to see that, I promise you, I chose the date. We chose the date off of Mercury being exalted without even seeing. I was like, all right, man, cool. Let's just do it for noon. And then when I cast the chart, I was like, yo, why is the moon in Cancer, bro? So the moon is in the sign that it hosts, right? The oikos despotes, right? The host for the sign Cancer. And Mercury is in the sign that it hosts and is exalted in. Looky. Astro Cookie, right? And when I casted it for noon, I was like, yo, it's still technically just 51 minutes past its exaltation degree, as well as the part of fortune is there at the exaltation degree. Now, in Placidus, we can see that, this is a house system where each planet or point can spend at least 2 hours in the house. However, if I was to put this in the whole sign, we can clearly see that, Cancer would be the 10th house whole sign, and Virgo would be the 12th house whole sign, actually. So this just says to me, when looking at it, Placidus, just to be very brief, guys, I really think that we'll be able to nurture in a very secure fashion higher learning, right? And the moon is actually applying sextile to Mercury, which is even more awesome, right? It's applying sextile to Mercury. So there's a means to bring about an opportunity to really make sure that we are sharing, the best that we can share and giving our comprehension of what we have seen with astrology and be able to share it in a way that it will be grasped. Just looking at it Placidus, if we looked at it whole sign, we will be able to set some long-term goals of securing a means for people to have closure with what's being communicated about, astrology in general, by firstly using this quick thinking Moon and Mercury astrology workshop, especially, for our lifetime members, right? Like I said, we already have, some first timers already. So it's going to be amazing, right? And so we know who the first one is. So it's like, okay, well, we won't say who, we'll just say it's a mother, right? So the first lifetime member is a mother, right? And so we'll also let you guys know too, on August 1st, right? Just 11 days before this workshop, we'll be on office hours with Dr. G. That's Tuesday, August 1st, 2023. And we will be sharing on that holy day some other things that we'll be getting into, like Gold Star Conversations is coming near you also. And for those of you that would like to participate in Gold Star Conversations, what we can do is we can have you come in on the Zoom with us if you like. And, beforehand, you can share, your natal information, natal time, natal date, natal location. You can DM that to me. And we can speak about some things, if you like, without exposing any of your natal information. We'll just look at a chart and just ask questions. We'll look at your chart and ask questions. Who would like to be a part of that? Put a 1 in the chat if you would like to be a part of Gold Star Conversations. What does it take? You would DM to us your natal time, natal date, and natal location time is very important for the, the natal time. Natal time, natal date, natal location. We can take a brief look at that. You can join us for about 5 to 10 minutes in a brief conversation, and we can discuss a few things that we see, and ask about some things that are past, present, and quote unquote future, right? That we can see from looking at your chart. Of course, we won't bring your chart up on the screen. We'll just utilize our tools that we have here next to us. And we'll just ask certain questions and see different things, that we see, right? And, who knows? Might spread some tarot. Also myself, and I hope Brother Sean can back me up on that too, and see what we see there. You know what I'm saying? In certain conversations. Alexander Dix is there. Hey, John Alexander, he puts a 1 in the chat. He said he would like to be a part of Gold Star Conversations. Look at that. All righty. So maybe when we do our first Gold Star Conversation, we'll have our beloved son in whom we're well pleased, John Alexander Dix, to be there with us, right? So you guys can definitely see what that is. Guys, remember, make sure you sign up for our workshop, for the Quick Thinking Moon and Mercury workshop. You will not be disappointed at all. And we look forward to being there with you. All righty. Questions, comments, and or suggestions going thrice. But Derek Blash Bay says he would like to be a part of Gold Star Conversation. He puts a 1 in the chat, right? Indeed, guys. And like I said, we get to talk about some things. We get to have a conversation, but based on what we see in your astrology, without sharing any of your placements. You know what I mean? Because as you know, me being an internationally certified professional astrologer, as well as Brother Sean, Brother Corey, and Brother Terrell, we know it's best not to share your information. And we always advise for you not to share your information out in the open like that. Like you might say, yeah, I'm I'm a Cancer sun sign, right? Tropically speaking. But we already know sidereally and draconically, I'm 2 different signs actually, right? So technically, if I looked at my overall, I have 3 different sun signs, depending on, I have a different sun sign on the spiritual level or the causal plane, my soul plane, the astral plane, right, is I'm a sun sign Cancer, right? However, on my 5 cycle plane, on the physical plane, sidereally speaking, I'm a different sun sign, right? And making sure I am fully aware and knowing to embrace that, right? So with that being said, forgive me, I forgot to hit the stop screen share there. But all right. So with that being said, guys, we are going to extend all 5 appendages on our left hand, just our index and middle on the right. All righty, we're going to stand and face directional east, which is symbolic, metaphysically, of going within, right? And what we're going to do is do our invocation out, the mortuary prayer, right? And you can either repeat after me, either aloud or in your heart. Again, 5 on the left, 2 on the right, standing on the 45. Islam. Islam, Allah, the Father of the universe.
Father, Father of the universe.
Father of love.
Father of love.
Truth.
Truth.
Peace.
Peace.
Freedom.
Freedom.
And justice.
And justice.
Allah is my protector.
Allah is my protector.
My God.
My God.
And my salvation.
And my salvation.
By night.
By night.
And by day.
And by day.
To his holy prophet.
His holy prophet.
Noble Drew Ali.
Noble Drew Ali.
Ameen. Thank you all so much. We appreciate you all. We love you all. I am ready to go and fix some victuals for I and my beloved mother, mistress, consort, in whom I'm well pleased, so that we can enjoy some salad and some other things, right? Who don't like salad? Let me stop. Salads are easy, right? So with that being said, guys, thank you all for joining us. Make sure you share this out with your loved ones, and we look forward to seeing you. All right, those that make a decision, like you have till now until maybe 9 a.m. Eastern on the 12th. Sign up and join the workshop. And again, it's a 2-day workshop. It's going to be 4 hours on Saturday, 4 hours on Sunday. And what we're going to do our best to do is make sure the Zoom is clear, and we're going to be able to save that video from the Zoom cloud And we're deciding already what we're going to do for members and how to access that. Usually what we normally do is have a Google Drive, way of doing it. Right? You guys have access to the Google Drive. So, but with that being said, Jen V says, thank you. She says, peace to all. Some Herman says, peace and love. And this is where I am, Brother Sean, say to you all, namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, 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 y'all. Peace and love.